My dear wine producers, do not let this mistake hold yourselves back for yet another year. My name is Effie. I have been working in the London wine trade for 14 years, and I have seen this mistake being made over and over again. Consider this my advent calendar of wine business reports. And the first report we are going to look at is the Depletions Report. I know that many of you tend to track the bottles that leave your cellar and go to the various export markets around the world. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. In order to really focus on your growth in the coming years in various markets, you need to be asking your importers and distributors for their depletions report. You heard that right, their depletions report. We need to know exactly how your sales perform in every single market, year on year, month on month, line on line. If you have never asked for a depletions report before, fear not, because we can do it right now together. First things first, ask your importer for the last 12 months of their sales. This is how we are going to assess the sales performance of your brand. If they're able to send us the sales from last year, even better. Now, you need to organize all the sales per every single line and then break it down per every single month. In that way, not only are we going to have a very clear picture of which lines perform better than others, what type of seasonality we can track across the various sales, we can get various insights like, is a brand specifically performing because one or two lines, or is this a good distribution of sales across all your labels? Is there a specific, perhaps one-off, very big listing that is really helping the overall health of your business? Or is it a much more diversified distribution of those sales? All those very important components will help you really put together a very effective marketing budget and plan for the year ahead. Let's go line by line and see exactly the benefits of what we're going to find out. We are starting with growth per line. Does the growth of every single line match your production? Do you have enough stock to match the requirements of every single market across the world? If some lines perform significantly better than others, is this still in balance compared to the needs of another export market? Or do you feel that you are focusing a lot of your efforts on one single line? And of course, are your sales on target, both on every individual label, but also as a total brand sales? It is very important to ask yourself these questions. Another very important point that you are going to learn is the number of samples that your importer has been using to sample the various clients. How does this conversion look like for you? So the moment that you have received, categorized, and analyzed all your depletions for the past year, you can put them all together on a comparative table, line by line, against the target that you have set with your importer per every single label. That will give you a fantastic opportunity to discuss the health of your brand in your export market and make some very informed decisions with your importer together in order to grow for the year ahead. And when we say growth, the first thing that comes to mind is our target figure. How do you think that your target is positioned? Is it too big compared to the results of last year? Numbers do not lie. Too low or very realistic? And that brings us nicely to your 2026 target figure that you will need to decide with your importer together. Before you shake hands on this target figure, a few things to keep in mind. Are you expecting any shortages? Has one or two of your lines been so successful in very specific markets that you are seeing that you are quickly running out of stock without enough time to replenish? This is an extremely important piece of information that you need to let your importer know, because they might have been working on a very big on-trade group listing for a buy-the-glass opportunity, or perhaps on an off-trade national retailer listing that could be jeopardized. Are you planning significant price increases that may destabilize your current market performance? This was just a brief introduction of what type of information you can extract from the Depletions Report, and there is so much more. We can now start discussing about your top 20 customers. What percentage of your total sales is attributed to those 20 customers? How is the trade channel split of your distribution? Do you find that you have more on-trade or off-trade presence? How do you perform in direct-to-consumer channels? And many more. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, happy reporting!